Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com. I'm going to try to make this a short video tonight. My roommate, my girl, best friend, Laura, she, her iPhone crashed on her, and now it's my job to try to take it apart and figure it out, but I can't seem to get it apart. Even with the smallest watch screwdriver set I have, I cannot get any thing small enough to get these screws out. They actually look like a let me show you here real quickly. They actually look like an Allen key. That's what they look like. They're right here at the very end. She's got an iPhone 4. I cannot get it to go to take apart like this, which is very, very frustrating. We go back here and you can see right here. So I've been working on that. So sorry if I haven't been chatting on the blog. Been working on that for a while. Very frustrating. Trying to get this thing apart. It's not going like the picture shows. But as for the market did retrace back up and did have a powerful rally. It did not hold. It did what I thought it would do. It did move up, although I was a little shocked that it sold off so quickly and so deep. I must admit, I was really expecting more of an up move like this, slightly down to make a B wave, and then one more thrust to make like a C wave up is really what I was expecting, and maybe to top in this area somewhere here, 1330, 1335, somewhere in that area, maybe 1340, but that was really what I was expecting. So I was a little bit shocked that it sold off so deeply, so quickly, and it certainly is looking like it wants to go deeper on the 60-minute chart. So this really is a tough call for tomorrow. I was talking to Anna, and she was telling me that U.S. got downgraded, so futures are down already, down as low as 1303 at one point. They're back up a little bit to 1308 right now, but so that's not looking good. So the question is really, it's what's going to boil down to is the initial claims and continuing claims numbers, and probably what Ben Bernanke says. Again, he's talking again. He doesn't mention hints at QE3. We know that's coming, but maybe he says something else to collapse the dollar. We still have a fake print on the dollar that has not been hit, so that kind of leads me to believe there might be one more pop in this. So it's not over yet for the bulls. What you do got to give the bulls credit to is that they have held this line, while the bears, every time they have sold it back down, they have not been able to get through this line. And the bulls have tried twice here. Well, it's not twice. Okay, I'm sorry, once. They've tried once already to come up. Bears pushed them back. So at this point, it's going to be a tough call as to whether or not it's going to go back up again tomorrow. It's not looking good. Everything is pointing down, but again, these charts can be manipulated, and so I really just don't know at this point. I mean, obviously anyone that took a short at this point did well. It's just the question is this the start of a wave 3 down, meaning that this was like a wave 1 and this is just a small retrace, wave 2, and then we're starting a wave 3, and the whole pattern is a larger wave 3 from this move here, from 1, 2, 3. So if that's the case, then tomorrow and Friday should be extremely ugly. We should go on down here and take out this bottom. You should just drop like a rock. So if those claims numbers are bad tomorrow, it's going to get ugly. I just think, though, thinking like what these gangsters are going to do, to me, I tend to think they're going to turn and try to squeeze the bears one more time and trick them. And I say that just because of the options expiration manipulation games that they stuff that they play. So all they got to do is just fudge the numbers, lie, and come out with good claims. They're going to turn tail this thing back up and run it back up. And so instead of this going down here, it's going to just continue back up, and then it'll roll over maybe on Friday or something. But I think a lot of bears, seen this opportunity, seen it getting overbought here, went short. And nothing wrong with that. That's a good call. And, when you look at this, we're going down. We went down here, kind of bottomed, as I said, -5. We could go down here to -10. So it could roll right over and head on down here to, -10 or something. But I just don't know if it's ready to do that or not. I really felt like it was going to go up here first to somewhere around here, maybe meet this line, and then roll over from a higher spot. So, but, it's looking very, very bearish right now. It fulfilled an up move of what I expected on a Wednesday. So it did do the up move, but it didn't hold, and it sold off. And I wasn't sure if it was going to hold or sell off. So, they're still holding this line. That's the key. The bulls have been defending this 13, 14 area here on the 50-day moving average, 100-day moving average, 13, 16. They're defending this middle channel of this channel line. They're defending this big time. And I know it's rolling over here. It looks like it is ready to crash, and it very well could crash. But don't be surprised if we don't have some type of reversal again, just to trick everybody, just because it is a wild options expiration right now. The thing you got to look for is obviously, this thing is looking like, actually with the down move, it's actually weakening on the negative ADX line, on the DI line, and the positive, of course, is weakening too. But I know this is the bear flag and all that, but I don't know. I don't trust these gangsters. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have one more thrust up before we reverse back down again. You've got Friday also is a new moon. No, I'm sorry, full moon. Should be a bottom into Friday. Now that's plus or minus a couple of days. As we noticed, this top right here came a few days late. The full moon was actually July the 3rd, and the top came here on the 7th. So July 3rd was a Sunday. So it was, and then July 4th was a Monday. So you only had 5th, 6th, and 7th, 3 trading days. So you was only off 3 trading days on that high on the new moon. Well, the full moon is here on the 15th, so you could be a day or two off, or we could just continue right down and bottom into that area. It is hard to say if this is a wave 3 or not, or still we're going back up. What concerns me is, the weekly chart still looks like it wants to try to come back up a little. I'm just not confident enough on whether or not it's going to come down here and put in a lower peak than the previous week, but higher than this one. Meaning that's possible, where you could put in a positive divergence, and that would mean that you'd have a lower low. You'd actually have to come down and take out that line, and that's possible on Friday. It could absolutely crash. But again, we are moving up, and I really don't think it's ready to roll over until this full stochastics gets up here, hits this resistance line, and this is again just my guess here. It's going to hit it and turn back down, and that's when you're going to see it go below 0. That's when you're going to see the big move down. Between now and then, it's a crap shot. It's a tough one to call. 30-minute chart is, of course, running down, but look where it's coming from. Again, we're coming from -5 or deeper, -7.5 or whatever, and we're running up. It's logical to assume we got overbought there, so it's logical to assume that it would roll back down. And you can see how far it is down here in below 50. It's logical to maybe it gaps down in the morning and turns back up, but considering that the initial claims are at 8:30 before the market opens, it may just turn right back up and keep right on going up. Or of course, if the initial claims are bad, it's going to just go back down, and we're going to go back down here to -7 or maybe -5. Maybe put in a higher low here, but a lower low in the market. So again, this is a tough call on what they're going to do here. This was very, very tough call. And I didn't have time to post on the blog that it was time to take a short. So sorry. Hopefully all you all have your own charts, I'm sure. So you do your own thing, and I'm sure you've seen when the momentum was waning and we were topping here on the 30 and we were topping here on the 60 and everything and we were topping here on the full stochastic at the same time. Hopefully some of you guys took a short, at least till the close, and maybe you exit tomorrow morning, or maybe you exited, I don't know, at the close. I'm just not trusting it. Here's why I want to bring down the UUP chart daggone thing, and I want to show you this. The UUP still had a fake print of 21.25, and look where that's coming in at on this major trend line right here. And look at this. It's a bear flag. This is what leads me to believe that they are going to fake all the bears out and gap this thing down. Maybe something Ben Bernanke says, or maybe it's just good initial claims numbers. They're going to tank it, and the market will rally in one more thrust up and a C wave up, and then tank it on Friday to reverse it right back down on Friday. So it's very possible this could still be an A move, a B move, and we could have a C move into Friday or into Thursday, early tomorrow, and it could turn and go right back down again. Because you do know that if it starts moving back up here again, it might not move as high, or it might move equal, but regardless, it'll turn tail and be ready to sell right back off into Friday. So don't think that it's going to be a new bull trend. It's still getting ugly right here. So we could go back up here to reverse and do another one of these days. It is very tough to call. So, and if we go and check let's see, Control A, copy, and paste here, and we check the futures here on a 30-minute chart. This is one of the things I wanted to show you why I think that it is still looking possible. I think we closed right here. Let's see, is that 4 p.m.? Yes, look at that. 4 p.m. we closed right on that major trend line at 4 p.m. You see the 4 p.m. over here in this area here. Look where I put my line at. Okay, so after hours we have broken that trend line several times, but every one of our closes has been right there on that trend line. Now we have went down here to 13 something in the after hours and the futures and come back up. This trend line is extremely important, and look at it. Look where it comes from. It is a very, very important trend line. When it finally breaks, see here again, high to high to high. When it breaks, we are going down to 1280 range. Why? Because that's the next one. That's where I think we're gonna head, but we might get faked out tomorrow. So daily chart is rolling over big time, as we already seen, but that doesn't mean they might try to fake us out again one more time. Look at that on a 60-minute chart, and you can see that 60-minute chart, they could curl this thing right back up by tomorrow morning, and they could pop this thing. So don't be surprised. It did put in a higher low even here on this. So we should probably keep an eye on a trend line from here to here. I bet if that could be a new trend line here for me, and draw it here, and right there, that's probably going to be a very important trend line from here on out as well. So we'll keep our eye on that on the futures. But I really wouldn't be surprised, folks, if we turn tail back up and go back up tomorrow on a surprisingly good number. My biggest concern is this UUP. I think this fake print will be hit, and I think this bear flag, they're going to tank it down to 21.25. That's going to be the bottom for that, and then the market will turn tail and sell right back off on Friday. So isn't it amazing how this is just crazy up and down movement like this. So everything in the charts bearish, saying we should just roll over. My gut tells me they're going to stage it, and give us some good initial claims numbers, run this back up in a C wave to make a wave 2, then sell off on a Friday. I don't know how low we're going to go, but that's my thoughts on what we're going to do. So, okay, gang, that's it. I'll talk to you all on the blog. Post your thoughts. Let me know. Thanks again.